Hello and welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast by Music HQ. Each week we lift the veil on one of South Wales' leading wedding suppliers and get to know the real people behind the business. Over to you, Suze.
Hello, welcome to the South Wales Wedding Podcast. I am Susie Aston.
And I'm Ryan Aston.
From Music HQ. And today we are joined by an award-winning commercial director with over 15 years of experience in the wedding and luxury lifestyle sector, specialising in brand strategy and sales. In 2012, she joined the then unknown Oldwalls collection as a part-time sales and marketing consultant, which she juggled whilst running her own PR agency. She then joined the board of directors in 2018 to spearhead the group development and has been instrumental in the growth of the Oldwalls collection over the past decade, from one wedding venue to now the most popular wedding brand in Wales, for sure. Now, the group offers three of Wales's most fabulous and exclusive wedding venues: Oldwalls Gower, Fairy Hill and Sandfried House, as well as a range of luxury lifestyle products and holiday cottages, which I need to go to.
Let's book it.
So, the OWC, Oldwalls Collection, see what we did there, injects millions into the Welsh wedding industry per year. Her bloodstream is 50% OWC, of course, 50% Provence Rosé. That's my girl. And, of course, the very own OWC's very own gin. Not gin. I haven't tried that yet. I'm going to have to try it. When she isn't selling the dream, she loves to read or enjoy a good podcast. She's obsessed currently with Pete Wicks and Sam Thompson. I'll have to download those. This firecracker of a lady was once voted Wales 35, under 35, but sadly, she's now too old for that category. I hear you, sister. And she was also voted Wales' most stylish businesswoman, and I can vouch for that, girlfriend. Please welcome, everybody, Shakira Obaid.
Hello.
I feel like I need to applaud.
Applaud it.
Whoa, big player, big
Thanks,
player.
guys. I'm blushing. What
But
an
it's
intro.
We're
it's all
so
true.
pleased to have you.
It's all
We're so
true,
pleased
though,
to
isn't
have you.
it?
Honestly, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
What a firecracker, what an achievement. Like, you can't be much over 35. You've only just...
Oh, I've just skimmed it.
Skimmed that category.
So I thought, let's be humble about it, shall we? But yeah, just about skimming.
So you had your own PR
Yes.
agency to begin with, and then you started working part-time at Oldwalls. Now you're like a huge figure with the Oldwalls collection. Tell us a bit about that. So how old were you when you started your own PR company?
I was really young. I was 22. So I left uni, went straight into a massive PR agency in Wales, and we had huge clients. We were looking after the likes of the Radisson Blu, what was then the Plaza Hotel, the Polo, Craig Bellamy, who was massive at the time in terms of Welsh football, etc. And then they went into administration. I had two options. Do I go into another agency? They all seemed a bit boring, to be honest. or do I set up on my own? A few of the clients said they'll come with me, so I was thinking, I think I'm far too young for this, but all right, I'll take a punt.
Yeah.
I'll give it a whirl, and I sort of set up from there. One of my clients was actually the Funky Pump Gang.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
And I'm not sure if a lot of people know this, but one of the Funky Pump founders, his dad is one of the co-founders of Oldwalls Gower.
Wow.
So as I was doing their PR, they invited me down to come and see Oldwalls. Oldwalls then originally started as a family farm.
Yeah.
And
I remember
the brothers
those
were
days,
news agents, and then it was accidental for them really getting into the wedding industry.
Yeah.
They set up self-catering cottages, which were absolutely beautiful, which is the courtyard as we know it now.
Yeah.
Built the oak room, again, ceremony room as we know it now, and they were just going to do self-catering accommodation on Gower. But as we know, the staycation market is 3 months of a year. It rains most of the time in Wales.
Yeah.
So from there, did a farmer's wedding, was washing the dishes in their mum's house, which was on site. And again, it grew from there. So when I first visited, Oldwalls had only been going for about 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And I met the co-founders and really vibed with them and thought, oh my God, this place is fab and there's so much potential. And at this point, the marquee was there, the old marquee, and a tiny little bar and the oak room and those beautiful grounds. And Andrew, the managing director and one of the co-founders, sort of told me what his vision was. And I just fell in love with it really. So
And brought it to life.
Joined part-time, and we were all...
did you have your PR company at that point? You did?
So at that point then I was juggling my own agency and my clients, but
right.
it's sort of complemented because again I was working with a lot of brands across Wales and the rest of the UK like the Radisson Blu, etc., and could bring some of those ideas into Wales. So for example at that time, and don't coin, I'm not going to, paraphrase, there was when everyone was sort of doing wedding fairs in Wales, back sort of 12 years ago, but nobody was doing a showcase whereby the venue was fully dressed and it was more about the food and the drinking and really showcasing what the venue was about rather than an old school wedding fair where you've got loads of expo stands. I got that idea from the Radisson Blu in London and said, wow, what a great idea. Why wouldn't we give it a try? So I think we rolled it out in Wales. I can't remember anyone else doing it before us. So again, the guys were just really driven in terms of what their vision was and the sales and the marketing strategy, and giving me full support and budgets to really sort of run with it.
Isn't that great that they supported you so much as a young woman?
Yeah, I was 23 when I joined.
But you've absolutely smashed it for them. They had faith in you and you've delivered tenfold, haven't you?
I think so.
Amazing.
I think so.
As I say, we all came, a fantastic management team, and a fantastic visionary sort of board of directors. But we've really all grown that from when I started. I think I was employee number 8. And then they obviously had the part-time waiters.
It is amazing.
Into what is now a giant 3 wedding venues, household name in South Wales.
It's so impressive to see that growth. And we remember.
Wow,
you remember.
The original Oldwalls back in the day. And to see, Fairy Hill was absolutely gorgeous. But I've got to say, if I'm allowed to say my favourite, Samfride House.
Yes,
I don't have a favourite because obviously I say they're all my kids.
You can't,
love
them equally.
And they all bring something different to the table. So you've got the stately home, you've got the relaxed marquee. And I can't really talk about it at the moment, but there's some massive plans.
I may have heard a rumour. I won't.
And in terms that's going to come back even stronger.
In terms of those 3 venues, have you purposefully put them in certain brackets?
In what sense?
Well,
in terms of
a vibe and a budget, I suppose.
Budget, has that been a conscious decision? Because I feel like maybe they do fall into a certain...
Yes. So that was a conscious...
maybe a little bit posher, not without
No, 100%. So we want to, of course, we're in the wedding industry, and for us, we want to attract newly engaged couples across South Wales and the West. Who want... What we stand for in terms of our pillars is all 3 take care of everything. So from accommodation to the ceremony to the exclusive grounds to your in-house catering, all the signature decor being taken care of. We are very much let us take away the stress from you so you can focus on the fun stuff. Like picking your dress. Picking your music choices.
Here we go.
Hello, Music HQ.
Drinking the gin.
So they could be thinking about the food, the drink, which again, that's all in-house, and what they want to do supply-wise, rather than, oh my God, we've got to start from scratch. We need to rent a marquee. We need to put the bunting up. We need to put the flooring down. So all 3 of them take care of everything. But if you've got the relaxed farm sort of vibes and marquee vibe of Oldwalls, then you've got the historic, stately home. Vibe of Fairy Hill, again, both on Gower, only 3 minutes away, but they're distinctive enough. To
completely different.
What do you want? Do you want that more relaxed vibe, or do you want that Fairy Hill classic charm? Or if you want the grand or for the grand or the Louboutin wearer and
that bar
and you want the grand classic wow impact of Samfride House.
Susan's just about to talk about the bar in Samfride. Who did that? I think it deserves mention because it is stunning.
Do you know, big shout out to our interior designer Liz Stiles.
Actually, we've got a story. We'll tell you.
Do you know about this?
Yeah. No, tell me.
Liz is coming to our house on
amazing
Friday morning.
Is she?
I put her in.
Is this inspired by the OWC?
Yes.
Fab. Let her know.
We should probably tidy up. Actually, we should probably tidy up.
I know I have to tidy up first,
guys. I could not recommend. Liz has worked with us now since Fairy Hill. I think she's worked with us.
But she's done the cottages and stuff.
I've
been a fan since then.
Oh, she's got such a vibe. You're going to absolutely love her.
But I needed a new couch and I thought, got the girl.
No, she's absolutely
amazing. Give Liz
amazing.
a call. That's amazing.
She is anyone looking for interior design in South Wales, Liz is your girl. She's been working with us now for over 5 years. So we started with the cottages. Then we brought her in to do some work at Fairy Hill. And then Samfride House is pretty much her project, her product.
It's a vibe.
But you heard it here first. And when is this coming out?
Probably,
Couple of weeks, we don't know.
All right, so I reckon I can mention it then. Right?
Okay.
Worldwide exclusive.
We'll wait till you're ready. Give us the nod.
No. What we're going to do is do this exclusive at the end,
of the podcast.
Okay, then,
So you have to listen until the end,
Oh,
okay?
he's a pro.
That's a cliffhanger right there.
Okay, so that's enough shop.
but-
The shop is good.
Yeah, lovely.
At the
nice
end.
work.
But she, can I just check? She was responsible for that bar.
Yes.
Wow.
Stunning, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Full responsibility.
absolutely
Should we just
breathtaking.
turn our living room into a bar?
Let's do it.
I mean, on that note, actually, if
Yeah.
you're in a bar, Shakira, what's your favourite cocktail?
Ooh, now to be honest, I'm hard and heavy. Right?
Oh.
I have got quite a hard and heavy palate. I love a Negroni, and it depends what time of day.
Okay.
Right? I like a Negroni.
Yes.
I am partial to an espresso martini after dinner.
Oh, nice.
I
Little
love an
livener.
old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love an old fashioned.
Now and I love a Provence, so I am dry. Do not give me a cosmopolitan or anything
That's
that's
not your
blue,
buzz.
purple,
Nah,
pink.
no.
I just want simple and dry.
Yeah,
Nice.
is that are they the bourbon-y
Yeah,
based?
I can.
Wow,
Like,
we are-
and
we
you
are-
know,
we
these days
had-
I'm partial to a whiskey on the rocks.
we
I'm
had-
starting to drink like a real bloke. I don't know. We
dirty
have to say that these days. I don't think you are. Sorry, typecast. But yeah. Go on, what were you saying?
No, I was just going to say we had an old fashioned the other day in, where were we?
6 by Nico.
No,
in
no.
Cardiff. Oh, no. Oh, in Dubai, Abu Dhabi.
No, sorry. In London.
Cool story,
Pacific,
man.
Pac-
Oh, Pan Pacific.
Pan Pacific.
in
Oh,
London.
how
been
was
there?
it? No, I haven't.
It's absolutely wonderful.
One of the photographers we work with got the contract there actually, so I do keep an eye on this.
Yeah,
It's
it was
amazing.
lovely.
Gorgeous, isn't
But
it?
it's
Yeah.
worth going just for the old fashioned.
The old fashioned was
It's like
nice.
insane.
But I've become like a bit like bourbon-y, cocktail-y.
Yeah, I know.
I used to be like, well, you know, I do like a margarita.
Yes.
I'd say that's my go-to.
I'm starting
Actually,
to
any
develop my
alcohol.
tequila's back on trend.
Tequilas, yeah.
Because everywhere now, we're seeing with the weddings as well, tequilas. It was all gin.
Yeah.
And now everybody's on the tequila
Yeah.
brand and the tequila hype, aren't they?
Well, I had a tequila. I was just speaking to you about an event that I went to in Venice, and they brought round tequila trays, and I was like, "Oh no, I don't do shots." I feel like I've grown up a bit now. I haven't. I
new
had the
thing,
tequila
yeah.
shot, and I was like, "Whoa, I just had the best night ever. It was amazing." So yeah, bring back the tequila. Then a bit spewy, but
or
let's
any
not talk
drink,
about
in
that.
fact. Let's be honest.
As you get older, as I say, we're all in the over 35 club, just
Yeah.
to remind ourselves,
Just
your tastes
slightly.
develop.
Yeah.
And again, I'm really lucky with the job that I do.
Yes.
that, you know, I get to do a lot of the product development. I mean,
Nice.
someone's got to do it.
Someone's got a tough job, and
it's a
someone's
tough
got to do
job.
it.
Perks.
Last year we went over to Champagne, so we've got our own. Sorry, I'm talking shop again, but it's exciting shop.
No, this
No.
is good.
We've
Champagne's
just
good shop.
launched our own champagne partnership
Wow.
with a tiny little independent champagne house called Gremily. So the OWC has got its own champagne. We're taking over the
Wow.
world process at a time.
From Champagne. So
From
it's official,
Champagne.
like proper.
So we had to go over, of course, and we like a big group of us, around 10 of us, the directors, our bar team, our venue managers, went over for R&D. We basically just drunk the region dry.
You have to
And
get the
then,
best one, obviously.
Tattinger hosted us for like this dinner in the most idyllic, chateau you've ever seen. What an experience.
Amazing.
But again, with work, I get to do a lot of like wine tasting and drink. So I feel like I don't just go for the second one down on the list anymore when it comes to wine.
Yeah.
And, not an expert, but I know a little bit.
Yeah.
So that's, you know
How
as you go along.
brilliant.
know.
I love the idea of that. And that you get to travel with work as well. So you are really tied to this job because you're such an influential figure in the OWC. But the fact that you get to go and travel the world and taste champagne and try new menus and things, what a great
I know, well, it's
gig.
not every day. I thought it was, before anyone tries stealing my job, I promise you we're not in Champagne every other week. There's a lot of hard work behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So, okay, so restaurants back here.
Yeah.
If you're not eating at the venues, where is your go-to place? I like these nuggets.
Right, now this is my
of
bag.
recommendations.
Oh, here we
Go.
go.
Because
Here we go.
I absolutely
Give us a
am
list.
such a foodie, and I'm based in Cardiff.
I love
So,
Cardiff at the moment.
yeah,
It's got it going on, hasn't it?
Like this, we've got some really, really cool places.
Okay,
So I'd
give me
say
the
if I
list.
was in Pontcanna, Tom Simmons.
Right.
Tom Simmons.
Yeah, again, an amazing old fashioned. The
Really?
best cocktails.
Okay.
But also, and it sounds really, just the entire menu is absolutely fantastic. Really cool vibes. You can just go there for a few drinks first. Oh my God, the fish and chips is to die for. So it's like a deconstructed, it's like fish and chips as you just do not know it.
Nice.
And the chips are all thin layers of like multi-layered potatoes. It's not a chip. Like after this chat, go on Instagram.
Yeah.
check out Tom Simmons.
Tom Simmons.
And
you
you two
remember
need to go
that?
there on your next date night. Your life will never be the same again.
Date night.
Did you ever get a date night?
We did actually the other day, didn't we?
We did, only because it was my birthday.
Yeah.
But we went to...
6 by Nico.
I don't want to...
Did you enjoy?
Yeah, we really enjoyed it.
Really enjoyed it.
Have you
What
been- have you
menu
been?
was it at the
New
time?
York.
It was...
Oh, cool.
New York,
Yeah,
it was pretty cool.
good.
I was just, it was just fabulous, yeah.
What I
Tell you what
really
we did
enjoyed
do.
was...
I
Tell
had
you what
when
we
I
did
went.
do was
Yeah.
added
Got
the wine.
pissed.
The wine's like... yeah.
And obviously because it tasted
Like the 7th course, I forgot
So
about
yeah,
it.
for people listening at home, if they haven't been to that restaurant, it's a taster menu, and you get 6 courses, all very small, and you can opt in to the
Wine
to the
tasting.
wine
The wine
tasting as well, the
pairing.
wine pairing, and we did that.
We had
And
a cocktail first,
yeah,
and then
cocktail first, but because they're so small. You have 2 mouthfuls, and then the next glass of wine comes, and then it had like
We're
a rinse and
just,
repeat.
like,
We were
pissed. It was
absolutely,
great.
let's be honest, we were smashed coming out.
Yeah,
there, weren't we?
so that would be a
Terrible.
recommendation of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
100%.
objective achieved then.
Right, tell me the
yeah.
rest of your list, because I like to know
So,
these things.
Tom Simmons.
Right.
Yeah.
Heaney's, also in Pontcanna.
Okay.
And they've got a little cocktail bar next door that does small plates, Ishka. They have
right.
live music on the weekend, again, off the charts. Then
Sounds
if I was in the
amazing.
city centre, opposite 6 by Nico,
Yeah.
you've got Parallel.
Yes,
Yes.
we haven't been there yet.
Really
Is
good.
that Pasture?
Yeah, Pastures' his sister.
Yes.
Then underneath, which you two would absolutely love, is such a vibe, Nightshade.
See,
the
this is the one
cocktail
I've been telling you
bar.
about.
We've had a
Yeah.
run on that, yes.
Oh, you two got to go. You'd absolutely love it.
Yeah, I feel a night out on our hands here.
Looks
do
like-
you?
I'll go and join you for a
Yeah,
trip.
where do you live, Shakira?
I'm
Where's-
down Cardiff Bay.
You are in Cardiff, okay.
Yeah,
right.
so for me...
Do you do that every day?
Well, our office is not far from here, actually.
Okay,
so we're
right.
only 20... I got a HQ now.
Great.
In our HQ, we got like the sales and the marketing team there, and then upstairs we got finance.
Yeah.
We're 20 minutes from here,
Right.
on the M4. So yeah, I literally feel like I'm David Brent on the road.
I
I
can
live out the
imagine,
car.
yeah, I can
I
imagine.
know, like, which is not very glamorous, but I know the M4 junction 47 to junction 47, like the back at 24.
I can imagine,
like
yeah.
the back of my hand. So east
Yeah,
to
we're the
west
same.
of South
got
Wales
it
M4 is my
absolutely
baby.
nailed.
Anything good down the bay?
Ooh, yeah, just opened.
Go on.
Incredible. Because I'd say the bay was very chainy before. And
Yes,
I'm not like
very
I'm not a
chainy.
snob, which is
No,
not
no.
good. Can't go to a chain. But I mean, again, if you've got a rare day off, like we're in hospitality, so we're
Yeah.
always working.
Yeah.
If you've got the rare day off, I don't really want to go and spend it in Nando's.
No.
Yes.
As much as I live in Nando's, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got Ken. Do you know Ken Picton used to have the hairdressers? Still does.
No.
Really cool hairdressers in Cardiff Bay. Well, he's just opened a kitchen deli. Where the ethos is all of the food and the drink on the menu you can buy there as well.
Oh, nice.
So cool. So you could easily, it's dangerous because you could easily spend some money in there. But it's got a wine cave.
Nice.
Oh, now
and
then.
you can buy everything you try, you can buy. I mean, it is the kind of
Don't
place
take me there.
where you're going to spend £6 on a sourdough, but take it from me is worth
It's a
it.
damn fine sourdough.
I popped down there, bought the sourdough. I was really excited when they first opened, so it's literally walking distance. So I went down, I said to my partner, I said, right, bacon rolls for breakfast. So I popped in, bought the sourdough. Then the bacon was there as well. I was like, actually, tell you what, you can have Tesco bacon. But he said it's the
Don't
best
spoil
bread
him.
he's ever
Yeah, exactly.
but the best bread he's ever had. So down the bay, Ken Picton has just opened, I'd say is really cool, a kitchen deli. I'd say
Nice.
between that, Tom Simmons, Heaney's and Parallel.
We've got it nailed. We've got our nights
Like,
out planned.
Yeah,
Can
but
you
if you ever
remember
are in
these?
Cardiff,
Yeah.
let me
I
know, I'll
won't
do
be
a little
able to-
itinerary.
We've got it recorded, right? We're
yes,
going to
of
remember.
course.
It's there for the world to see.
course.
I tell you
Okay.
where I want to try, and I haven't had a chance to yet.
Go on.
I'm really keen to try Rock in Mumbles.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
looks fab.
I keep telling you about
Yeah.
that, don't I? It looks
Yeah.
beautiful. The spot looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
What did that used to be? Was it the
Oh,
old
I'm
Castle
gonna-
Mare?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So I know the spot, but we haven't had a chance to go there yet. I'm dying to go there. I love all the socials that they're putting out there at the
Yeah.
moment.
And it
the
looks
food
fab.
looks great. So that's, a good one for the mumbles. I do like the mumbles as well. That's
Yeah.
a good night out.
It is actually, isn't it? Yeah.
Rock, we're coming up to you. Okay, I want to know, you're a lady of the world. You've been there, done it, got the T-shirt. You're very bronzed at the moment. Where have you just been on holiday?
Thank you. Questionable, but thanks. So I just, I did a little few days. It was my partner's birthday, so we went over to Tenerife.
Lovely.
And again, it was really nice. We stayed in the Hard Rock.
Oh, right, cool.
And honestly, they just take care of everything. We managed to get a cheeky little upgrade. I hustled an upgrade.
Oh, I do love a
to
cheeky little
suite.
upgrade, do you?
Yeah, and we had a jacuzzi
Hustled
room.
an
So,
upgrade.
yeah, we
Did-
hustled an upgrade.
Did you slip in the OWC card? Or?
I didn't actually, although they'd probably go in the middle of Tenerife, they'd probably go, who, where? So I don't think we've quite got the world domination on the brand yet, but watch this space.
Watch this space.
But yeah, it was just fab because we just chilled for 4 days. Well, I say chill, I think he orchestrated it because then a really good friend of my partner's and his girlfriend flew out the day after, and I've never met the partner, and I was only told, he's like, you never guess what, coincidentally,
Really?
they're only staying in the same
You're being
hotel
hoodwinked.
at the same time and crossing over, and so was his brother and my sister-in-law and their new little one, who was a few months old, who's adorable, so our little niece. So it was nice. We didn't shut up for like 4 days because we had people coming in and out, and then a good friend of mine crossed over on the first night, and that was a pure coincidence.
Right,
So we
yeah,
definitely
sure.
weren't bored, but I think also, and you two will know because you've been married, I'm guessing, for a long time, it's quite nice to have other
It's
people around,
nice.
isn't it? Someone
Yeah,
else
we
to
just
talk
went
to.
away for my birthday,
Yeah.
milestone birthday, 30. And my friend came out with us to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
It was brilliant,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
a couple of friends
If
out there.
you could go on holiday anywhere
Yeah.
right now, where would it be?
Ooh, where I haven't been or somewhere that I've been before?
Somewhere that you've been before. I want the recos first, and then we'll do
Oh God, like that's a tricky one, isn't it?
It is tricky.
Anywhere right now, I'll just drop the bags and we'll
yeah.
pick up the
Where's
bags
your
and go.
fave? Where's your fave holiday you've done?
It's a tricky one. Oh, I like so many different places.
I know.
I'd
Where would you
say,
go
I'd say
tomorrow?
LA was a vibe, like West Hollywood, such a vibe.
nice.
Because I think the people are amazing, and
Yeah.
everyone's there to chat, and you could go to a restaurant
Yeah.
on your own, and everyone, well, what's your name? Where'd you come from?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
you
yeah,
do?
yeah.
You know, like, and there's so many cool, quirky places to go. Again, you can't really. I love Ibiza.
Yes.
I love like going up to the north of the island and all the little like hidden gems and stuff, and the
Yeah.
restaurants and the beach clubs.
Yeah.
We need a week off
Dubai.
work.
Yeah, you just
When you come
actually
home.
have time to go.
No, I mean when you come
When you
home
come
from
home.
Ibiza.
Yeah, you
a
do.
week's recovery.
There's
Dubai,
so-
yeah.
So many good places, isn't there?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so Ryan likes this question, don't you? I'll let you answer this.
Oh, is it the...
Ladder.
Yeah, this is my favourite question, actually. What would you do if you won the lottery? Like, you wake up that morning, check your phone, there's an email that says, you've won, you open the app, you've
What are
won
you
the
doing?
big, like, life-changing,
How much?
generational wealth.
We're talking
100 mil.
double
100
rollover.
mil.
100 mil.
100
Oh,
mil. What are you
God.
going to do? First of all, we're going to do that day.
Right, let's think of a measure. Right.
Have you ever given this thought before? Because I think about it
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
definitely wouldn't quit work because I think probably similar to you.
Yeah.
Who are we
Like
without
if I,
work?
without work, I think I'd be
What's my
lost.
identity?
So first, I'd ring Andrew and go, great news, we've got investment for venue 4 and number 5.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, however, I won't be working on the day-to-day, but I'll be consulting.
Yeah,
By
nice.
the way, I won't be in the office tomorrow because
Yeah.
I'm flying to Saint-Tropez.
Nice.
Then I think I'd do some research on yachts. Can I
yeah.
afford a yacht with 100 mil?
Yeah.
I'm not-
reckon.
I don't
I
know
don't
if
think
you
I'm
can.
in yacht
What?
wealth.
You
I need
can't.
more,
Honestly, no.
right?
Honestly,
I need
no,
more.
because I
100
think-
grand is not going to, 100 mil is not going to cut it.
You could charter a yacht for a
The
good
two
while, couldn't
happiest
you, surely?
the two happiest days of a yacht owner is the day you buy it and the day you sell it. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah,
All right, then.
brutal.
Just charter
maybe
it for
And
a
I'll
while.
charter
really,
a yacht.
ultimately,
Yeah.
what are they?
All right, then.
Below deck gang.
Caravans on the water. I mean,
I'm going
like,
to
what are we-
call one of those VIP concierge companies.
Yeah, I've got just the girl for
a
you.
PJ,
Robin
right?
Encore. Shout
Fab.
out.
Does she do PJs, private jets?
Yes, does it all.
Fab. So we'll
does it all.
charter a jet. I'll take my top 12. We'll charter a jet. Hire a big villa.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we won't. We'll go and stay in Eden Rock. We'll go and stay in Eden Rock. We're in
Yeah.
Mark and the Kamani's just had their wedding.
Yeah.
Did you see that wedding?
No.
Oh, my God, wedding girls.
Insane.
Have a look on Vogue Arabia.
Okay.
Absolutely. The
Okay.
PLT founder, the billionaire. No, you need to have a look. It was on the weekend.
All right.
Banana Split. Organise it all for
Oh,
them.
I have seen it. I have
Yeah.
seen it. Yeah, I have seen it.
Okay, so we're going to jump right back to the narrative then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I'll ring Andrew and Nigel and say we've got investment for venue number 4 and venue number 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Then I'm
She's a
gonna
good
ring a
soul.
chartered. Then I'm gonna charter a PJ.
Yeah.
Take 12 of us south of France, stay in Eden Rock.
Yeah.
Have you ever been on a PJ?
No.
He has.
I wish. I'm not that fabulous.
This guy has.
Oh, someone has.
Bloody embarrassing. Oh, God.
Bloody-
Humble brag. Yeah, I'm gonna do 5 days. Actually, I'm gonna take a month off. I'm gonna do a month around Europe. We'll
love
maybe
it.
we'll do south of France, then we'll do Mykonos, then we'll go Ibiza.
She's a
We're just
party
going to do
girl.
all the Euro trash.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go
honestly,
Euro trash in for a whole month.
You'd have to figure out how to be that wealthy, I think.
No, right. I've always thought about this.
Oh, really?
I
knows.
don't think I'd need to figure it out. I think
She's
I
got
could
it
spend
nailed.
it quite effectively.
Yeah.
I think Suzanne could spend it quite effectively.
Yeah,
I'm sure I
I'm
could.
with you.
But but honest, maybe more of like just a mindset of like switching that thing of like, you know what, I can do anything, like anything. Although
But even like you said,
you're
100
hiring
mil.
PJ day one. So
I don't know. I think I'm like, do you
gone.
ever say, oh, you know, the money ruined me and I wish I did? No, what are you on about?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. I feel like I tried to live that champagne lifestyle without the budget anyway.
Yeah.
So I think all I need is the budget and I'd fly.
We're same.
I feel like
We're
it's
with
an
you.
injustice.
a lot in common.
Yeah. It won't intimidate me. I promise.
I'll tell you that much. Yeah.
All right, listen. So we're here with Music HQ today.
Yeah.
What was the first gig you ever went to? Are you a music fan?
Yeah, I love music. Absolutely love a good gig. Do you know what? I think, I'll do a brag.
Go on.
I know,
Clanger.
but allegedly I fell asleep. And I was about 5 or 6. I saw Michael Jackson's History Tour.
What?
Stop.
Yeah.
That was the first gig you went to?
I think that was my first gig.
Oh
and my
my
mum and dad said
God.
it was wasted on me because I fell asleep halfway through.
Oh.
When he played in what was then Cardiff Arms Park.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think my first ever gig was Michael Jackson.
That's like massive, isn't
the History
it?
Tour.
From PJ to MJ. I love this.
But I can't remember much of it.
No.
The first gig I can actually remember, now this is retro, was Gabrielle.
Oh,
I used to love Dreams.
dreams can come true. Look at, yeah.
And I think that was the first ever single I bought as well. I was obsessed with that song.
That's a great tune, isn't it? It's
Could
a great
be worse,
tune.
couldn't it? It could be cheesier.
No, you've nailed it.
I mean,
You've
MJ and
nailed it.
Gabrielle is not a bad shout.
And who are you listening to at the Mo? What's your vibe?
Do you know what? I'm really crap with new music. I just listen to the
Do you know
same.
Yeah.
what? Though? We're involved with music, and it's difficult.
New
to,
music.
New
is-
music.
is-
Yeah.
I do love Dua Lipa. I love Dua Lipa.
Yeah, she's cool, isn't she?
Yeah.
So I'd say, like, I'm a soul and funk kind of girl.
Yeah.
I like all of the old school stuff. Like, if I'm in the car and I can't be bothered with a podcast, I'll listen to, like, Magic Soul. Is that sad?
Yeah.
Nice.
Is that
Smooth
cool?
FM.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's very
really
cool.
Bit of
I'm
magic.
impressed.
You can't
That's
beat
more my
that,
vibe.
that style, can you?
No, you can't.
So podcast, you mentioned this Sam Thompson and Pete. Is that the guy from Made in Chelsea and then Pete from Only Ways Essex?
It's so crap that it's good. You've
I
got
it
to
can
love a
totally
bit of trash.
relevant.
The thing is,
I love a bit of trash.
We're so busy with work that sometimes you just need to switch off, and shitty podcast or TV is great. When I'm cooking,
I
I've
love it.
always got the Real Housewives on.
man,
I shouldn't
I
admit all
watch-
this,
that's
really,
a
should I?
shit.
But it's great. It's a good way to switch off, isn't it? So I'll have to download that
You know,
podcast.
if I'm educating myself, and don't get me wrong, a bit of like Stephen Bartlett, Diary of a CEO,
yeah,
when he's got
great.
somebody good
If you're
on.
in the zone.
Yeah, and he's got a Karen Braid or someone on, you're like, yeah, oh my God.
But
And you're in the
sometimes-
zone.
I'm going to ask
You
the
just
question. I'm going to
sometimes
ask the
need
trash.
question. Do you love a murder podcast? Because
Love whose?
murder podcasts.
No. Now, see, one thing I'm not
True
into.
crime, true crime.
I hate true crime.
I
I like to
love
live
it.
in like the
Suze is-
non-real world of
Suze-
Selling
Suze is
Sunsets
obsessed.
Selling
and Real
Sunset, yeah,
Housewives.
yeah.
I don't like to read or watch any real crime stuff.
I've got I think this is a good question for you as well. Like, what would you have been if you weren't doing what you do now? But mine was, I always wanted to be like a forensic detective or something.
Oh, did you?
Given that I'm like, I haven't been to university and like probably not clever enough by a country mile to be a forensic detective. But I've always been like into it, yeah. And that's another way for me to switch off. I love it. But what would you have done if you weren't being into PR and all that kind of stuff?
I think I've always wanted to be in media.
Yeah.
Literally,
Like
I wanted
PR
to.
though, it's like a strange, not a strange, but is that what you wanted
Well,
to
I
do?
originally started as wanting to be a journalist.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So I used to love writing. I used to love
Okay.
content creating
Yeah.
before the new modern world
Yeah.
of content creating. So I used
Yeah.
to love. Yeah, so I used to love all that sort of stuff. I used to love reading and love writing. So I went to uni originally to be a journalist and then realised they're overworked and underpaid and actually it's the PRs that do the work for them.
Right. Yeah.
And whilst I was in uni, I had a part-time job in the AA. So it was like, I'm talking call centre.
Alcoholics Anonymous.
No, yeah, as in cars. So at the time it would be like hard sales, like selling breakdown
Phew.
cover to like old Mavis on the phone and be like,
Yeah.
Mavis, if you were in a breakdown situation, what would you do? Which my love of sales grew.
Go
then I
on,
was like,
Mavis.
I love sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love media.
Yeah.
How do I combine them? Well, PR is selling your client to the audience, whether that be media, content creating, whatever platform that might be. So from there, journalism sort of developed into PR, which I felt was more interesting. So I could combine my love of sales and my love of writing and a bit cooler. And then I accidentally got into weddings.
Which we love. We're so glad you did. Well, what about a special skill? Like, is there something that people would be surprised to know about you? Like, after those old fashions, what do you get up to, girl? What's your party piece?
Party trick.
My party trick. I love a karaoke.
Can you?
I'm no Suzanne. I would say I am your typical like Butlins karaoke gal.
What's your song of choice?
At the moment, again, I drink wine, Adele. I can belt it.
Come on, then.
I mean, you know, all the moves and all.
I think
I
you
haven't got a
should.
voice, but I've, you know,
She'll
I
give
perform
it
it with passion.
I really would like
and I
to sing it
definitely
now.
I haven't had enough Negronis for that, so nice try.
Okay.
Draw a line under that. This podcast is brought to you by Music HQ, the largest and dare I say loveliest provider of live wedding bands in South Wales and the South West. So, get in touch and chat with one of our wedding music experts about your big day. Now on with the podcast. What about your bucket list? Let's talk about that. What have you got on your
bet
bucket
you've done
list
so-
that you
We just
haven't? Because
talked about
I can imagine you've.
The PJ.
This is just the PJ. Just want a private jet, don't you?
Yeah,
And-
just,
and a
You're on a
yacht.
PJ. What more does a girl need?
A month jaunting around Europe, living a Euro trash lifestyle. Write a book. I'd absolutely love to
there we
write
go.
a book.
Have you started that? Have you got something in mind?
No, I should start it really.
Fiction or
shouldn't I?
non-fiction?
I've always thought about this because I think
Erotica.
well, you know, both. I think if I'm, you know, definitely not accomplished enough to get there at the moment, but I think at the point in which if I ever did become accomplished enough, I'd love to write the life story if anyone would be interested enough to read it, but who knows, let's see how far that needs to go. And then definitely I'd love to write some fiction. Like growing up, my obsession was like Jackie Collins, like glamorous trash.
Yeah.
I love like Marion Keyes, Jackie Collins. Again, just escapism.
Yeah.
So I think I'd love to write a trashy, glamorous novel.
Is that genre popular now? Because you could bring
I'll
it back.
make it popular.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
She sells the
That's what I'm
dream,
saying.
right? I think
the
it is
new
popular.
Jackie Collins. Can
And
you
I
imagine?
And I can you
Like,
imagine
what a-
Shakira like reading it all sexy on the Audible
I can.
podcast?
You can
I
read
like
it for me.
it.
Your voice is much sexier than mine. I'll have to point you to do it.
But that's such a, like, you know, people won't have known that about you, that you're going to be a famous novelist anytime soon. I love it.
Manifest, love that.
Yeah.
Didn't say I'm gonna be, but if it was the bucket
She
list
is.
and I can be,
She's gonna be.
then watch this space.
I mean, it's been amazing chatting to you. Let's just put it back round to the venue to
Yeah.
finish up. When someone is looking for a wedding venue, it's a big part of the wedding day.
Yeah.
What would be your top tips for them deciding on a wedding venue?
Oh, right. So, you know, sit down with each other in advance and actually give some thought to the guest list.
Yeah.
And, you know, consider that it isn't cheap to do a wedding. And it certainly isn't, you know, for the wedding breakfast, etc. So realistically, how many day guests? What's your must-have? What's your A list?
Yeah.
What's your B list? If once you've set the rest of the budget, you can afford to add those guests on.
Yeah.
And what's your evening guest number? So try and get an idea of your guest numbers.
Yeah.
And argue the guest list on whether, you know, Joe from the football club's
Who
coming
needs
or
to
not
be
coming.
there.
Yeah.
Who's actually coming.
Or the random girlfriend of the cousin that no
Yeah.
one's ever met. Yeah.
Try and work on the guest list. Do your online research. Use the likes of, you know, there's amazing partner sites out there, which are like the booking.com of the wedding industry. Use your likes of, you know, your Bride Book or your Hitched.
Yeah.
And just go into a hole of searching just to get a feel for the kind of venues you want.
Yeah.
Then head to the Instagram pages and stalk to have a look at that content to see, you know, could you imagine yourself getting married there?
Yeah.
And then go online, make the inquiry, call or email. Another thing is, if you make an inquiry and they don't get back to you for 5 days, then just consider actually, if you can't be bothered to get back to me when I'm trying to buy from you,
Yeah. When I
do
haven't
you
even
have the
booked.
right infrastructure in place and the right customer service team to plan my wedding? So consider the response times.
Yes.
Which I always think is something that people wouldn't consider. But
It
it's well worth-
flabbergasts me how lackluster that can be
I
from
agree.
other vendors.
And if that is lackluster,
Yeah.
What is the wedding planning journey going to be like?
Yeah.
So consider the response times, argue the toss over the guest list,
Yeah.
and do some soft searching on partner sites to whittle it down for a few to get a feel.
Great advice. If you could describe the OWC in one sentence, I know this is very hard, what would you say?
Wedding specialists that take care of everything, that offer exclusive, picturesque, unique wedding experiences.
Oh, she's bloody good,
She is
isn't
good.
she?
Oh,
Give her a round
You
of applause.
better Look,
No wonder she's selling the
before we
dream.
start wrapping it up, there's one more thing.
Go on.
Because this is where we get our sound bites from.
I've just remembered something else.
Okay, we'll go back to that. But I dread to think how many weddings you've been around. I want the disasters.
What's the worst
What's
thing
the
that's ever
worst
happened?
thing that's ever happened? Without getting anyone into trouble or painting
We could
a bu-
name names. I love naming names. Come on.
Right, this
Spill
is
it.
going to sound like a proper PR now.
Come
Okay.
on.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you should be a politician.
we genuinely have never had a disaster to the point of it's impacted
someone's
overall.
day.
It's like we've always said the word. Now, do you know what well, okay. If we take it back, then I guess arguably this was a blooming disaster. Again, a natural one, not much any of us could do about it.
Yeah.
But around 8 years ago, the fire, a wedding. There was a fire
Yes.
the night before, and the marquee burnt down. So as far as disasters go,
Quite disastrous.
Couldn't get much worse.
Where was that?
I was in
Oldwalls?
Oldwalls Gower, but this is about 8
Yeah,
to 10 years ago.
yeah,
And we
I
had to
remember
call.
that.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And it was all over the news and everywhere else.
Yeah.
And we had to call the couple the next day and let them know your wedding isn't going ahead. And they laughed and they thought we were joking. And of course, that was absolutely devastating for us.
Yeah.
We did come back stronger. We did rebuild. We were reopen within around a
Yeah,
week, and
yeah.
it was absolutely perfect. And
Yeah.
we, of course, fitted those weddings back in.
Yeah.
And that feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But as far as disasters go,
I mean,
we
that's
quite
proper.
literally rose from the ashes.
But
Yeah.
how amazing. But that's, again, from a great team,
Yeah.
from all working together,
Yeah.
from being experts at what you do,
Yeah.
and just getting shit done when it needs to be done.
100%.
So hats off to you. So back to Oldwalls. We've got a surprise at the end of this podcast, remember?
Oh, the cliffhanger.
The big reveal. So come on, tell us.
Right, so you are the first to hear it, or actually, by the time this podcast goes to air,
Okay.
we may have announced it to the world. But of course, Oldwalls Gower, the founding
Yes.
venue of the three, has been at the helm of the wedding industry now for over 12 years.
Yeah.
And again, if anything, we're victims of our own success and popularity. So everyone's mum or sister or cousin or best friend has got married. Then
We're going
don't
to a wedding
want-
there on Friday, actually,
are.
aren't we?
Gorgeous. Enjoy.
We'll do that.
What do you? Have you picked your menu?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, I
Oh,
think
how
so.
exciting! It'll be fab.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate that after a few years, there's a natural cycle, and things can get a little tired, and they need that fabulosity re-injected.
Yeah.
And again, trends change. And, one of the things we pride ourselves on is staying ahead of the trend and making sure we've got the fingers in the pulse in terms of what the couples are looking for.
Yeah.
So we have appointed, who we talked about earlier, Liz Styles,
Yeah.
to come in, inject the fabulosity,
Yes.
put the Liz Styles interior stamp on it. We're spending a lot of money to rebrand Oldwalls and
Wow.
look at a more
Wow.
relaxed. We're going to be introducing for the very first time in the group a multi-wedding experience, 2 to 3 day wedding experience. Be looking at what we do to develop it into that sort of model. Go back
Yes.
to its country roots. Ultimately, Oldwalls is on a farm. Really lean into that because Oldwalls can't compete with the grandeur and the glamour of Samfried House.
No.
Or the classic feel
But you
of
don't
Fairy
need it
Hill.
to. You don't want
so
it
let's
to.
lean into this relaxed vibe.
Yeah.
There's a massive market out there, country style
Yeah.
wedding, where you've got the banquet style
Yeah.
seating, the more relaxed menus, the multi-day offering, kick back, take your shoes off, that boho sort of wedding vibe, but with Liz's twist. So Oldwalls is getting a huge makeover.
I mean,
bit
that
of a glow
sounds
up.
incredible.
Wow. When does that begin?
Well, we're working on it as we speak.
Wow.
So when you head down on Friday, there will be a revamped bar.
Tweaks. I love it.
So it's
and we're
not-
looking at a main launch. We're going to be launching and rolling it out this June.
Wow.
What? So
And we've already
soon?
started some of the work.
That's so exciting. Because like you say, you are a victim of your own popularity because so many people have got married at Oldwalls because it's so fabulous.
So
but now, like
we
you
need to
said,
freshen
it's
up, give it a
time
little
to freshen
facelift.
up.
We all need a bit of
little
Botox. We all
help.
need a bit of help.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
So yeah, it's going to be everywhere over the next few months, but hopefully we'll appeal to a whole new market and give it a new lease of life.
Great.
So
well, there you go.
let us know when
Exclusive.
you're officially announcing that, and we'll tie it in with the launch of this, and perhaps we'll get a little exclusive
Big
on the go.
exclusive.
How exciting!
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We know you're a super busy lady, and it's
Yeah.
just been an absolute pleasure to have you
You've
here
been
with
a
us. Isn't
wonderful
it?
guest. Thank you
Wonderful
so much.
guest. If you have enjoyed the podcast today, like and subscribe, ladies and gents. And if you've got any questions, send us a message, info@musichq.co.uk. Shakira, where can we find you guys on Instagram? What's the handle?
Oh God, right. So there's
There's a
one for
lot.
each venue. There's
Yeah.
Salmford House, there's Fairy Hill, there's Oldwalls Gower. We're all over Instagram. If you want your wedding inspo, catch us on Pinterest
Nice.
too, and of course Facebook and Twitter, and we've got our own YouTube channel as well. If you want to get inspired with real life weddings.
Yay, there we go. All right.
We'll see
Thank you
next
so
time.
much.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.